Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about tenses. Tenses play a very important role if we want to minimize our grammatical mistakes in the English exam or if we want to become a fluent speaker of English. So let's get started. Let's learn tenses today. So as you can see here, we have three main tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. And we have four aspects to each one of them. We have simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. And in the same manner, we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. And in the same way, in future, simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. And you can see the rules for each one of them, and by the end of this video you will learn about all these three tenses and their four aspects. So let's move on to the first tense, simple present, also known as present indefinite tense. Here we use first form of the verb along with the subject. If the subject is a singular noun or pronoun, then we use s or es with it. Like if the subject is he, she, it, or some name, singular person, then we will use s or es along with the first form. If it is I, you, we, they, then we do not need s or es. For example, you can see here, I take bath every morning. So with take, we are not using s. But in the second sentence, the sun rises from the east. With rise, we are using an s. Because with I, you, we, they, we don't use s or es along with the first form of the verb. But with he, she, it, and a name, we use s or es. Now, where do we use simple present tense? In what situations should we use simple present tense? So, simple present tense is used to refer to our habits, our routines. Like in the first sentence, I take bath every morning. So, it is a habit with me that I take bath every morning. I take tea daily. I go for a walk in the evening. So these are some of the habits, these are our routines that we reflect through simple present tense. Then another use of simple present tense is to denote facts. The sun rises from the east, it is a fact. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, that is another fact. So for habits, for facts, we use simple present tense. And the rule for it is first form of the verb. I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to the next one, present continuous tense. Now in present continuous tense, the form is with subject we add is or am or are, one out of these three, then first form of the verb and ing. With I, we use am. With he, she, it, singular person, noun, we use is. And with plurals, we use are. You being an exception. With you, even if you is a singular in a sentence, then also we use the verb are with it. So I am playing a match right now. He is singing a song. They are learning guitar. My cousin is staying with us these days. All these are examples of present continuous tense. Now where do we use them? Where do we use this tense? We use present continuous tense to refer to the activities that are going on right now. At present, what we are doing, we refer to those actions, those activities by using present continuous tense. Like I am playing a match right now. So, right now, this activity of playing a match is going on. So continuous, present continuous tense is used. So as the name reflects, students, continuous means it is continuing. Present continuous means it is continuing in the present. So this is your present continuous tense. Another use is to reflect to temporary activities. They are learning guitar. My cousin is staying with us these days. These are some temporary activities. So they are learning guitar means they have started taking up classes for guitar, and for 2 or 3 months they are going to learn it, maybe more than that. But they are learning guitar doesn't mean that at the moment they are learning guitar, though it can mean that also. But present continuous tense can also be used to refer to some temporary activities that we are doing these days. Not just right now, but these days. So they are learning guitar these days. My cousin is staying with us these days. My cousin is not going to stay with me forever. She is going to stay with us for next month, you can say, at the most. So to denote temporary activities also, present continuous tense is used. Then the change is taking place. For that also present continuous tense is used. Like the scientists say that the earth is getting warmer. Earth is getting warmer. Here in this part of the sentence, we are using present continuous tense, and it means that it's not right now happening, but gradually it has been happening, and it is an alarming situation. So this is our present continuous tense. But most specifically, we use present continuous tense to indicate actions that are happening at the moment, right now. Okay, so that is your present continuous. Now we come to simple, past simples or past indefinite. Here, second form of the verb is used along with the subject. You can see some examples. He gave me a gift yesterday. He lived in England for 5 years. I watched this movie last Saturday. I learned to swim many years ago. So here you can see at the end of each sentence, we have some words that can help us to make out that this is in particular simple past sentence. Yesterday, for 5 years, last Saturday, ago. So these words are telling us that something has happened in the past. So gave, lived, watched, learned, they all are the second form of the verb, and second form of the verb is used exclusively to indicate an action that has happened in the past. So what is the use of this sentence, this tense, simple past? The use is to tell about an activity that is over in the past. He gave me a gift yesterday. So yesterday, the day gone by, yesterday he gave me a gift. He lived in England for 5 years. It means that somewhere in the past, maybe from 2000 to 2005, he lived in England. So it is a thing of the past. I watched this movie last Saturday. Last Saturday is also gone. So this again is a sentence that tells us about an activity of watching movie in the past. And the last sentence tells us that many years ago I learned to swim. So simple past is used to refer to an activity that occurred in the past, that is completed in the past, over. Now we come to past continuous tense. Past continuous tense, the verb form used is was, were, first form of the verb, and ing. That is the rule for it. And you can look at the sentences. I was enjoying my coffee when the bell rang. I was reading when he called me. Here the first part of the sentence is in past continuous tense. Past continuous tense means some unfinished ongoing action in the past. Present continuous means something is continuing in the present. Past continuous means something was going on in the past with reference to some time or activity in the past. Like in the first example here, I was enjoying my coffee when the bell rang. So this activity of drinking coffee was going on. This activity was going on when the bell rang. Bell rang in the past. And before that, this enjoying of coffee was taking place. So it was interrupted by the ringing of the bell in the past. So past continuous is different from present continuous tense. In present continuous tense, an activity is continuing in the present. In past continuous tense, some activity was continuing in the past. Second sentence, I was reading when he called me. So the activity of reading was going on in the past when another activity happened, that is he calling me. I hope this is clear to you. We'll move on to the comparison of the four tenses that we have done so far. We have till now finished simple present, present continuous, past simple, past continuous. So let's quickly compare these four tenses. Present simple is used to indicate some habit, some routine. Like I sing songs in concerts. So it means that it is a habit with me that I sing songs in concerts. So I sing songs doesn't mean I am singing a song right now in a concert. So present simple means some routine, some habit of ours. Now present continuous. I am singing a song in a concert. This sentence means that right now the activity of singing a song is going on. I am singing in a concert right now. Past simple. I sang a song in the concert. Last Sunday, you can say. So a concert occurred last Sunday and I sang a song there. So this is a thing of the past. Now past continuous. I was singing a song in the concert when electricity went off. So this activity of singing a song was going on in the past and it was interrupted by electricity going off. Electricity went off. This has also happened in the past. And before that, the singing a song was going on. So by now, I hope all the four tenses are clear in your mind. Simple present, it indicates a routine, a habit. Present continuous, something that is going on at present. Simple past, something that has happened in the past. Past continuous, something was going on in the past. So now we move on to present perfect tense. Present perfect tense, the rule is subject plus has, have plus third form of the verb. Has we use with singulars, have we use with plurals. Now look at the examples. I have visited England 2 times. They have seen 2 movies this week. I have finished my homework. So here children, you can see in the first 2 sentences, we are talking about experiences. I have visited England 2 times in my life. So it's an experience of my life and my life is not over yet. In the second sentence, you see, they have seen 2 movies this week and the week is not over yet. So on a bigger time frame, these activities have been perfected. So we will still use it in the present sense. It is not something that has gone into the past. Because in the first sentence, my life is not over, it is still continuing and I may visit England one more time. And in the second sentence, the week is not over and they can still watch 1 or 2 movies in the week. Right? In that sense, children, present perfect tense is used. Something has been perfected in the present. Something has been finished in the present context. It has not become a thing of the past. Now the third sentence, I have finished my homework. That refers to an action getting completed recently, just now. When a child completes his homework, he says this to his mom, I have finished my homework. So that means some action that is perfected in the present itself. It has not gone into the past. It is in the recent past, you can say. I have finished my homework just now. So, present perfect tense is used when you want to talk about your experiences of life, when you want to talk about actions that have been completed recently. Now, how these sentences will be changed into simple past? See, if I say, I visited England in 2018. So 2018 is in the past. So the sentence goes into the past tense. And in the second sentence, if I say they watched 2 movies last week. So last week is gone. It is a thing of the past. So the sentence becomes simple past. I finished my homework yesterday itself. So again, it is simple past. So I hope you are able to make out the difference between present perfect and simple past. Now we come to present perfect continuous tense. Now these perfect continuous tenses are not very much different from the continuous tenses. The only difference is that in perfect continuous tenses, we tend to indicate when the activity began or for how much amount of time that activity has taken place. So here we mention the time specifically when we started or the amount of time that has been spent on the activity. So look at the sentence. I have been watching TV for an hour. Here we have used for an hour. So this for an hour, this makes the sentence perfect continuous, present perfect continuous. In the second one, since morning makes the sentence perfect continuous. It has been raining since morning. So in present perfect continuous tense, we reflect that an action started in the past and it is still continuing. It is not over. If the sentence had been, I am watching TV, full stop, then that sentence is present continuous tense. But here we are giving the time frame that for an hour, the duration we are giving that for an hour I have been watching TV. So an hour back I started watching TV and I am still watching it. Something is started in the past and is still continuing. This is your present perfect continuous tense. An action that has started in the past and is still continuing is indicated by present perfect continuous tense. And we use has, have plus been plus first form plus ing to indicate this tense. So present perfect continuous tense and present continuous tense, I hope they are clear to you and you know the difference between the two. In perfect continuous tense, we tell for how much time that activity has been done and or when that activity started. Now we move on to past perfect. For past perfect tense, we use had and third form of the verb. Now here children, there are 2 activities that happened in the past. So the first completed action in the past out of the 2 actions will take up past perfect tense. Look at the example. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. Here in the past, two actions took place. One, dying of the patient. Two, arrival of the doctor. Which action happened first? The death of the patient. So, this will take up past perfect tense, and the action that happened later on in the past will take up simple past. So this is the rule, children. Always remember this. When two actions got completed in the past, the first completed action will take up past perfect tense. The second completed action will take up simple past. In the same vein, the train had left before we reached at the station. So here also two actions occurred in the past, train leaving the station and we reaching at the station. So which one happened first? The train left first. So this will take up past perfect. The train had left before we reached at the station. Now let's look at the past perfect tense. So past perfect tense, we make this tense with had been plus first form and ing. So here also, like the past perfect tense, there are two actions, but the first action is in a continuous mode. So the first continuous past action will take up past perfect continuous, and the second completed action will take up simple past. So past perfect continuous is not much different from past perfect tense. The only difference is in past perfect the first action is completed. In past perfect continuous the first action is in a continuous action. It is not completed, it is continuing. So wherever in whichever tense you find the word continuous, it means the action is continuing. It can be in the past, it can be in the present, or it can be in the future. So here look at the example. I had been waiting for 2 hours when the inspector came. So the first action is continuing in the past. I had been waiting, and duration of the wait is also mentioned. In past continuous, this duration is not mentioned. So that is the difference between past continuous and past perfect continuous, children. So if you mention the duration of time of the first action continuing, it becomes past perfect continuous. If you don't mention the duration of time, it becomes past continuous tense. So here we have, I had been waiting for 2 hours when the inspector came. So I waited for 2 hours and then the inspector came. This waiting was going on for 2 hours and then the inspector came. So two actions happened here, waiting and the coming of the inspector. Which action is happening first? Waiting, and waiting is a continuous action, so it is past perfect continuous. I hope I am clear. Look at the second sentence. I had been watching TV for 2 hours when my mother returned. Here also two actions, watching TV and returning of the mother. Which one happened first? Watching TV, and this was not completed, this was continuing, so past perfect continuous. Now we look at all these perfect tenses once again. So in present perfect tense, something has just got completed. I have completed the assignment just now. A minute back, you can say. Present perfect continuous means I have been completing the assignment for an hour. I started working on the assignment an hour back and I'm still doing it. It is not complete yet. Past perfect means this completion of the assignment was over before the teacher asked for its submission. So in the past, two actions are took place. The first one is completing of the assignment. The second one is teacher asking for its submission. So the first complete action will take up past perfect tense. In past perfect continuous tense, the first continuing action. I had been completing the assignment for an hour when I heard a knock at the door. So when that knock at the door was heard, this assignment was getting completed. It was not completed. It started an hour back and it was continuing, and then a knock at the door was heard. So past perfect continuous means a continuous ongoing action in the past before some other past action. I hope these perfect tenses are clear to you. Now we are comparing here past continuous and past perfect continuous tense. In past continuous tense, we don't mention the duration of time, children. I was watching TV when she came. So I was watching TV. This is past continuous. And the same sentence becomes past perfect continuous if we add the duration to it. I had been watching TV for an hour when she came. So by adding for an hour, we made the sentence past perfect continuous. Look at the second example. I was reading a book when the electricity went off. And the same sentence becomes past perfect continuous if we write the duration for that reading of the book. I had been reading a book for an hour when the electricity went off. This for an hour makes the sentence past perfect continuous. I hope you are able to understand. These tenses are very much important for you to become fluent speakers in English. Now we move on to the future tenses. Now only 4 future tenses are left. We have completed present and past tenses. So some future tenses we use to tell us about our plans, you can say, or what we think is going to happen in the future. It has not happened yet. It is going to happen in the future. So simple future means just our plans for the future. I shall buy a gift for you. This is somebody's plan. She will come to the party. Our exams will start from 2nd March. I will attend the doorbell. I will help you with your project. I think India will win the Cricket World Cup this year. So generally, children, in you can say written English, we use will with he, she, it, they, with all the subjects except I. With I, we use shall. And children, if we reverse this use, like with I we use will and with she we use shall, then it means the 4th point under uses. It shows determination, it shows promise, or it shows command. Okay, when in the first example, I shall buy a gift for you, it only means a future plan, an intention of somebody. But when I say, I will buy a gift for you, it becomes a promise. It becomes a strong determination of mine that I am definitely going to get a gift for you. Without fail, I will get a gift for you. So, look at this sentence. I will help you with your project, or I will attend the door call. I will attend the doorbell. This is an instant decision. Somebody is knocking at the door and there are 4 people sitting there, and you take that instant decision. Okay, you keep on sitting. I will go and attend the doorbell. So something that you suddenly decide to do. For that also you use simple future. Okay, so and then the last sentence also is left. I think India will win the Cricket World Cup this year. So this is making a prediction. With simple future, we also make a prediction. So in what all ways we use simple future? To tell our future plans, to tell our future intentions, to make instant decisions, to make predictions, and to show determination or promise or command. So for that we use simple future. Now future continuous tense. Future continuous tense is used with will shall plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing. Here we tend to speak about some ongoing continuous action in future. It talks about something that will be going on in future. She will be writing an exam tomorrow at this time. So the teacher has fixed an exam, and so it is quite predictable that tomorrow at this time, what will she be doing? She will be writing an exam. We will be watching a movie tomorrow at 9 p.m. So that is the plan. That is a fixed event, you can say. That is a plan made by a few people that tomorrow at 9 p.m. they all will gather and they'll be watching a movie. So in the future, some action will be continuing. For that we use future continuous tense. Now we move to future perfect tense. Future perfect tense means in future, with specific time in future, you want to say that some action will be completed by that time. For example, you will have completed your 10th class by March 2020. You will have completed. So this is quite predictable. We know that by March you will write the exams and your 10th class will be over by then. So we can say you will have completed your 10th by March 2020. Here also you can look at the example. He will have saved 2 lakhs by December. She will have completed her first semester by October. So with reference to some time, specific time in future, like in the first sentence December, in the second sentence October, we are making a prediction that this work will have been completed. So we think that this work will be over by this time in future. So whether this will get over or not, that time will only decide. But right now we think that this work will be over by that time in future. Future perfect continuous tense is similar to future perfect tense again, but it only means that this action will be an ongoing one in future, and here we mention the duration also. So always remember, perfect continuous tense always tells you the duration, the time spent on that activity. He will have been saving money for 6 months by December. So somebody has started saving money in the month of July, you can say, and so by December he will have been saving money for 6 months. So this sentence means that in December it's not going to end, it will be continuing. So from July, August, September, all these months he will have been saving. He will be saving money, and by December we can say he will have been saving money for 6 months. Now look at the second sentence. She will have been teaching for a year by April 2021. So this sentence means that that she joined the school in April 2020, and by April 2021 she will have been teaching for a year. So she will continue with it. So this sentence means with reference to some specific time in future that this activity will be continuing in future. Future perfect tense means that this activity will be completed. Like she will have taught for a year by April 2021. So uh, that means 1 year will be completed of her teaching. Here it means it is an ongoing action that will further be continued after April 2021. So these are your four uh, future tenses, children, and these are few exercises for you that we will discuss in the online class. So be prepared with them, write them in the classwork side of your notebook, and we will discuss them in the online class. Thank you.